Hello Leo friends, welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. So happy to have all the lions here with me today. We are going to do a fun little tarot spread for you for the month of August. I can't believe it's August already. Happy birthday to all the Leos out there. I hope everybody is in good spirits out there celebrating themselves, having some fun, getting out in that summer weather, if it's summer weather where you are. We are going to do a general message, again, for Leo in August. Do keep in mind, not all the messages here in this tarot spread are going to resonate with all the Leos out there. Please, please never force anything to fit your circumstance or scenario. Ooh, you got poppers. Ooh, Virgo. Not too bid. Did I just call you Virgo? Leo. I just did Virgo. Aquarius and Lovers. I like that. Queen of Cups. Holy fuck. I mean, shoot. Can't take them because you just can't. But anyway, only takeaway messages for your best and highest good. I should probably restart this video. We're not going to do it. We're just going to keep rolling with it. All right, takeaway messages for your best and highest good. Never force anything to fit your circumstance or your scenario. Everything else you need to know about this video will be in the description box below, including the decks I'm using, as well as what decks, as well as my social media channels, as well as how to check your birth chart to generate that sun, moon, rising, and Venus sign. If you would like additional messages and clarity, check out whatever signs you relate to, so your moon sign, your sun sign, etc., etc. Other than that, we're gonna hop in. I'm a hot mess today. I don't know what's going on, but all right, bottom of your deck, Ten of Pentacles. Hell yeah. And King of Cups. Hell yeah, Leo. All right, let's hope it's a good season for you guys. I apologize for my craziness, but yeah, let's do it. Let's rock. Let's do it for Leo. Messages for their best and highest good. All right, so that will be our clarifying deck. Let's throw a healing card for Leo that can go along with this spread. I feel like I probably missed something in that intro there, but I was just so excited by your poppers. We'll see if that Lovers card comes out again. Cycles. All right. Cycles. Well, yeah. 10. That's a completion of a cycle. That's a long-term completion, but we'll see what we can get here. Maybe a completion of a cycle with a Scorpio. That's not going to be for everyone. Let's jump in. Heart of your matter. We saw this earlier. 2 of Pentacles. Sometimes the juggler, juggling things back and forth. Sometimes it's the need to release one or both, right? If some of you are dealing in a third-party situation, doesn't have to be. It's also sometimes the idea of embracing the joys of life. Yes, things can get complicated and stressful, but he's also the jester, right? He's the joker. So let's see, let's clarify. So that's heart of your matter, a back and forth potentially, waiting on communication from someone or deciding to release them. It could also be for a job, for those of you holding out for like what you perceive as your dream career, if you've been putting out a resume and haven't been hearing back. But it's something that with Pentacles you're wanting to build upon, but because it's only a 2, I'm getting that it's very early on in the game. Could have been a relationship that never quite took off, and like it's almost like maybe that was the cycle and it's time to release it. We'll see. Could have been with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Doesn't have to be. Could also be with a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. All right, let's clarify this 2 of Pentacles. What is crossing the matter here? The 4 of Cups. Yeah, that's actually very in line with sort of what I was feeling here. The 4 of Cups is about, well, here it looks like sadness and sorrow. It's typically the idea of what's in front of you, what's available to you emotionally. It's really not doing any good. It's not all that satisfying. Frequently, it's a card of boredom or complacency. But it's also the idea of opening your mind up and your heart to new opportunities that you may not have seen or anticipated. Because somewhere in the 4 of Cups, there rests a cup that is there waiting to come in. Or it could have been something you've overlooked and assumed it wasn't going to be for you. It's sort of the idea of look around you. Don't be so caught up in the past disappointments or things that just didn't pan out. It's almost like it's weighing heavily on your heart, Leo. So this is the idea of letting new love come in, being open to new opportunities, new avenues for joy, right? If you're not looking for a romantic partnership. Because when you find it, whatever this 4th cup is, It's going to level things out. It's going to balance you out. And it's going to bring you a lot of joy. But a lot of you didn't even see it coming. I'm just getting it popped out of nowhere. It may come in the form of a message at first. I'm almost getting sort of like a very naive, juvenile type of, did you hear so-and-so likes you? It's something ridiculous like that. And you're like, me? Like, it's something kind of cute and innocent like that. And again, if you're not looking for love, it doesn't have to be in that circumstance. But again, it could be something like, I don't know, like your friend being like, oh, I passed your resume on to this girl I know and she's working on this project and you might be good. And you're like, really? Like, it's that kind of like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. It kind of fell into my lap. So yeah, part of this may be embracing the joys in life. And I don't want to say seeing things as half glass, half empty, because that's not what this is. It may have to do with a choice for a lot of you, investing your time and energy into one versus two. And maybe to that point, not being stressed by the decision, embracing that decision lightheartedly, because ultimately, I am just getting with this, one of the cycles needs to end, and you're trying to keep them both spinning. I just got the visual of two basketballs spinning in one hand. Well, you can't do that, right? Because to do that cool trick, you need to have this hand free to spin it, right? If you're spinning it, do you know what I mean? When people do that trick, spinning the basketball, I'm just getting that they're not going to spin forever. One or both is going to drop if you don't choose one. And it's also your impacting your ability to enjoy the one by constantly focusing on the two. Interesting. All right, so what's in your subconscious, Leo? Judgment. Yeah, that makes sense. Deep down, Leo, you know you have to choose. That's what's coming through here. You know that you need to blow the whistle on one. All these like basketball game metaphors. It's like the coach, blowing the whistle and be like, nope, foul, or whatever he's going to say. It's like, nope, one is cut off. I'm actually surprised you don't have any sword energy yet. Yet deep down in your subconscious, you know a judgment needs to be made here on what you're emotionally going to invest your time and your energy in. And I'm just getting, once you do and choose to either release one or both, right? Take what resonates for you. It's going to bring a welcomed sense of freedom and relief. It's going to be releasing yourselves of these burdens. And this sort of makes sense too in your subconscious. Judgment is the card of going back to the past to close things out that we thought were dealt with, but really it's impeding our ability to move on wholeheartedly. This is going back up to tie things up in a neat little bow, be it with a person or with a coworker or with probably something from your past that deserves a second looking. And it's not necessarily that you have to go back and embrace it. You just need to deal with it, with the work. Pentacles, you need to do the work in order to close it out and complete the cycle thoroughly and completely, so there's no emotional or physical baggage left over from whatever it is that I'm just getting, it's impeding your ability to move on. For a lot of you, it may be with an ex that you've already broken up with. And again, if you want to reconcile, great. But for a lot of you, it's just making it right. That's sort of what's coming through here. So in your past, you have the Queen of Cups. Love it. So Queen of Cups is Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, specifically a Scorpio card. And this is Scorpio as well, right? I was about to say Capricorn. Some of you may be dealing with a Capricorn. But yeah, a rebirth of sorts. That is Scorpionic energy. Doesn't have to be. But lots of water sign energy is where I was coming at with that. So emotionally healing yourself. I'm getting that you feel like somebody took advantage of you in the past. Someone that at one point in time you had a great love for, you had affection, there was passion, somebody who you may have dreamed or projected into the future of building a family, building a future with potentially. Heavy Scorpio energy, doesn't have to be, but someone who you saw as your counterpart, potentially your soulmate, they disappointed you though, is what's coming through here. They, in some way, made you close up your cup. See how she has a lid on her cup? What used to be free-flowing love and emotion and joy and happiness, I am getting with a person. Something happened, something went sour where you pulled back, you retracted your love. It's like you put a lid on your cup, meaning emotions, your love. Because yeah, I think you were either angry or saddened or disappointed by their actions or potentially their lack of action towards you. not reciprocating your feelings. And the thing is, I think they did at one point, but yeah, something clouded the water. Something got mucky in the water. Why did this Queen of Cups close off her love? Why did she? Whoa, too many cards. This person didn't want to build with you. They didn't value you. They may have said things that you took very personally, and to them it didn't mean anything. It just kind of, they shot off like these words, but it, the expression "sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me," that is not true for this person. Their words were cutting. And they didn't realize it, but their words really hurt you. Yeah, their words were cutting. Again, Queen of Swords. And let's see. They were saying things to you, Leo, that it was like the pot calling the kettle black. They were saying things to you or giving you advice or something, but they weren't holding themselves accountable. There's some sort of expression that I'm grasping for here. What is that? Practice what you preach. That's exactly what this was. They were saying things or demonstrating things that were not in line with what they were expecting from you, or this could go vice versa. But that's where this disappointment or sadness or frustration was stemming. This person I'm just getting with all these cards, they weren't on the same page as you. However, I will say the saving grace to this is they actually allowed you, both of you, to hold a mirror up to yourself the way a twin flame or not soulmate, but twin flame does. This, you may have met this person for a season and a reason, but it may not have been long lasting. But ultimately, it allowed you guys to confront your truth almost in the mirror to each other. You guys held a mirror to each other of things that needed to change, probably emotionally, about who you give your love to or who you are receptive to. This could have been the idea of you seeking love in other people, but not realizing that you need to love yourself first. That type of like, they make you realize something about yourself and hold a mirror up. I hope that makes sense. And this is the card of death, so it's the idea of transformation. Something in this relationship, especially the emotional aspects, needed to transform and change, and I am getting into something healthier. There was probably a lot of anger or resentment on one or both of your parts because of this relationship. But it happened for a reason. It had to do with recognizing your own value. You may have been dealing with a Capricorn. And also really looking at tangibly, does this person offer something or contribute something positively to your life? Is this a foundation you guys want to grow upon or build upon? Is this a good team, right? This is the Three of Pentacles is the idea of teamwork. Is this person putting in the work? Does this person carry weight and value in your life? Or is it just causing conflict? Are you constantly paranoid, checking behind your back to make sure they're not fooling around on the side, or wondering if they're going to leave, making you feel abandoned and lonely for things that you said and they said, but I'm getting like they would say things to you and it was very, again, hurtful and wounding. But then in, out of sadness or rage, you would come back at them with equally hitting or cutting things, but then they would hold that against you to the point where you would feel bad and start apologizing for speaking your truth. I'm getting it was messy emotionally, but it's not that your feelings weren't valid. I feel like you don't think you were heard. And yeah, there was this dynamic of wanting to speak your truth and kind of like tear them a new one, but then once you did, you immediately felt bad and wanted to retract those things. I will say it doesn't feel like the healthiest relationship. Again, more scorpionic energy, Aquarius, Capricorn, Libra. It doesn't have to be Cancer. This has to do with an unhealthy emotional relationship. So then what are your goals, Leo? The Page of Pentacles. The relief of letting something go. Do you see how this is the same person and he's juggling them back and forth here, right? And it's exhausting. The idea of the infinity symbol, it's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This could have been you and your person like throwing stuff at each other, metaphorically, so to say. This is the idea of once you release it, look at that sun shining in. Look at that yellow, glowing, illuminated card, right? The release of burdens, because you can focus on the one. Whatever this is, releasing something is going to be a saving grace for you. I'm just getting. This card could represent you releasing something out into the world, finally being able to set it free, be it a person or some sort of job or obstacle. This could also be the idea of once you release and drop and embrace that change, make that final judgment call, right? New things naturally just find their way to you, and it's very peaceful and calming. It's like a gift you welcome into your life. That's your goal here, Leo. I think you so desperately want that release and that relief too, right? I think you want new opportunities. I think a lot of you thought this was the opportunity, but I will say it's quite clear to me that this wasn't the opportunity. And if it is in the future, a lot would need to change here, right? Maybe that's why this rebirth is coming up. This was a very unhealthy cycle, so it would make sense that some of you may need to go back and close it out thoroughly and completely and make it right, whatever that is to you. Maybe making it right is completely severing ties, right? And just, compartmentalizing it. That was then, this is now, that's not my life anymore. That can be, closing out the cycle. For others of you, it may be actually getting in contact with this person, being like, listen, I regret this. I don't like how this happened. Do you want to be friends? Do you want to try and make it, whatever that is, right? I'm not here to tell you what your rebirth is of this, but it's making it right, okay? You will know what that means to you. So then coming into your future is Knight of Wands, okay? So Sagittarian energy, I like this and I don't. Couple things here. We'll clarify it, but Knight of Wands is a person who is very flighty, the flirt, the ladies' man, the player. It doesn't have to be male. It could be female as well. I like this if it's you getting yourself back out there and testing the water with new people, but not at the expense of your own self-worth and value, Leo. Again, if you're getting out there and unsealing your closed cup, putting love and going back out there potentially on the dating field, that's great, but make sure you're ready and doing it for the right reasons, because you are ready for new cycles. If you still have baggage from the past, it's not a good idea to go out and I'm just getting like seek a bed for the night, if you know what I mean. And there's no judgment. I'm not throwing shade at you in any way, but make sure your heart is healed before you, again, go into maybe unhealthy past patterns of behavior of seeking love via other people. It needs to be very, your love needs to exist within you and be overflowing in order for you to get into a partnership or relationship that is steady and stable and long-term. Maybe you're not looking for something long-term, right? Maybe emotionally healing for you is going to involve sex or feeling passion again, right? And if that's your case, fine. This could also represent your person from the past coming in. And again, if that's the case, I don't love this because A, they didn't treat you well to begin with, and B, they're coming in with more like player energy. It's not stable. The Knight of Wands is very fun and very entertaining, charismatic, amusing, all those really great fire sign energies. But in terms of stability and staying power, it does not exist. He goes because he is driven by his excitement, by his lust, if you will. But yeah, it's like once the night is over, he's peacing out the door and he's not going to say goodbye. I'm just getting that very strong here. Now, this could also represent you getting your passion and excitement and energy back to put towards a project. And if that's the case, great. I think it's healthy to find different avenues where you can invest your time and your emotions and your passion. But again, I will say it will burn out if you do it too quickly. It's something about if you rush into a new project and you're putting your blood, sweat, and tears in it and it's a Band-Aid so you don't have to think about this person, you're going to burn out. So I would just say approach slowly. Something about like this peace and harmony that's your goal. You want the relief of releasing something, and you're welcoming the new joy and opportunity of something tangible that you can build upon. You don't need to rush into it. Let it come in naturally. Lead with your inspiration and your passion. But yeah, I'm just getting slow down. To be honest, that's what's coming in. This opportunity may be coming in fast, but that doesn't mean you have to meet that sort of energy of just like, go, 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 go. The idea of like that gun going off when a race starts and people are just whoosh, that energy cannot be maintained. So if you're looking for something lasting, yeah, take a breath. Take it day by day. What is this Knight of Wands coming in for Leo? What is this Knight of Wands? The Five of Cups. Okay. So it's somebody making an apology. Could be you or your person. For a lot of you, I think it is your person. It's your person trying to reconcile. And it could be you. How I was sensing that it's like harsh words were exchanged. And then afterwards, the idea of losing this person was so scary that you would immediately go and be like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. That's actually what this energy is. It's you rushing in to make an apology, but it's 5. It's an imbalanced apology. It's the idea of past disappointment and sorrow, or the 3 cups that have spilled, right? You're never going to get that water back. It's trying to fix it, though. I'm just getting it as like a Band-Aid again. Instead of seeking new opportunities or outlets for joy and happiness, don't resort back to what is known and what is familiar. I keep getting this repeated message. For a lot of you, this cycle needs to be closed. And again, maybe closing of that cycle is repairing it. It's making a judgment call, or a rebirth even, a rebirth of a relationship. But it has to be done with the right intentions. This is some tricky energy. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's not impossible, but it's almost like alerting you what's coming in. It's coming in fast. So make sure that the intentions are good. If I don't love seeing 5 of Cups. It's not great. And because it is almost in this like apologetic person on their knees, almost offering flowers as like an apology, or even like a proposal. If it's a proposal of anything, let's date, let's put a ring on it, let's marriage, let's whatever, but it's coming in with Knight of Wands energy. Unless you're dealing with a Sagittarius, proceed with caution, Leo, okay? That's what's coming in. So you are currently in King of Swords energy. I like that. It's empowering. It's finally seeing the truth. It's standing up for your thoughts and what you believe in. It's no longer apologizing for things from the past in order to, I do want to say, desperately gain back your person. And no shade, there's no judgment here. But that wasn't a healthy mentality or a healthy display of action or emotion, because it wasn't coming from a place of like your crystal clear truth. It was coming from lack mentality of worrying that this was the love of your life and you're going to lose them. You're no longer there. I think you're coming into your confidence slowly but surely. You're fighting for what you believe in. And swords, right? You're cutting out what doesn't serve you, Libra. I just called you Libra. You might be dealing with a Libra. Leo. And also this is the card of Aquarius, so you might be dealing with an Aquarius. And the King of Swords, he's fought his battles, right? I mean, he's a warrior at heart, right? So it hasn't been an easy road for the King of Swords, but he's become king for a reason. He's fought many battles, and he's had to use his intellect and his knowledge and his analysis of what's going on to understand who or what needs to be cut from his life and who is allowed to enter his kingdom and serve, right? Serve you, Leo. Who is serving you best in this scenario? And if this person isn't, then cut them out, right? Wait for something better to come along that offers you joy, that puts value into you and the relationship, that wants to build a future with you. This juggling of do I or don't I, this King of Swords knows what he wants. He doesn't have time for this bullshit of like, well, they said this, but maybe they really meant that. Nope. King of Swords is like, nope, make your intentions known. Come to me with truth and clarity. Tell me what you want. Communicate. This is the king of communication, right? If this person is not communicating with you or making you question anything, I'm just saying it doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel good. How are people viewing you, Leo? Ace of Wands. Well, they think you're hot, for one thing. They think you're hot and they have a lot of passion for you. But this doesn't have to be like your ex or that other person. They see tremendous amount of growth and potential in you. I like that too. I think it shows that you're making strides and progress forward. They see you as fun. They see you as creative. They see you as a person who inspires those around them. And that's such a great card for you, Leo, because that is ultimately your energy. You are magic, right? The wands, Aries, Leo, Sag, this is your suit. You're a magic wand, right? I think people see you as, I want to be careful how I phrase this, but what came to mind is an opportunity that comes out of nowhere. That is a beautiful energy because it leaves people in awe of just like, where have you been, my life? Like, you're incredible, Leo. Again, even in terms of creative fields or career endeavors, you bring this like light and magic with you. But people do, because I use the word opportunity, there's like a double entendre to that. People are opportunistic around you because they see you as so full of life, and in some ways, not all the Leos, some ways very carefree and very giving of their emotions and their spark, their magic, that some people abuse that and take advantage of you, Leo. So just be really careful with that. You have so many beautiful, great things to offer the world, but make sure you're surrounding yourself with the right people. Because yeah, I do sense that in the past people have taken advantage of you, and that sucks. So what is your guidance or advice? The Page of Swords. So more of that sword energy, this is like a warrior to me. Because it's a page, he or she, right? She's young, right? She's still learning. There's a great amount of knowledge that she's still seeking about the world, but also about herself. She's learning about herself and what she's willing to fight for, what she's willing to believe, what she's willing to stand up for, what she wants to communicate to a partner, to a relationship, to a lover, to a boss at work. She's still learning her, I am getting limits. But I will say with this, there's a bit of anger there, right? Her face is red, like somebody maybe pissed him or her off, right? And this is the idea of, do I want to fight this? What am I going to get out of demonstrating like the rage or sorrow or whatever I'm feeling? And swords, ultimately, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, communicating it as well. This is almost learning to have a filter. Interesting. That's what's coming through here. Filter out what it is that you need to express to these people. Don't expand your energy and time and even vocalizing how you feel to people who they're just not going to get it. They're just like a waste of your time and energy. With this card, it's almost like you say something to them and it bounces right back at you. Like they don't retain anything. And it's because they're not in a good headspace to look at themselves, be really true about themselves and what they want, and get in touch with their own emotions. That I'm getting more for your person, Leo, but if it resonates, take it. This is taking time to learn about yourself and expand your mind. Maybe reading some like self-help books, or if there's some skill or hobby you're interested in, reading up on that, gaining more information about that, because that's going to help you in the future. It's going to help you become this King of Swords, if you will. Again, truth, clarity, justice, communication. No, he has no time for bullshit, right? No time at all. This is you learning what you do and no longer have time for in your life. So then what is potential outcome for this? Hell yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Amen, sister or brother, whoever's watching this. Cycles, there they are. There are those cycles being completed and new ones coming in. I like this too, Leo. You're on this card. This represents the 4 fixed zodiac signs: Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. You did have a lot of Aquarius as well as Scorpio in this reading, so that might be heavy in your chart. It may be someone you're dealing with as well. This is the idea of the turning of a tide, a change of fortune, wheels, right? Progression forward, fate, destiny, karma, however you want to look at it. This could be coming into some sort of luck or money or fortune, meeting somebody, again, with fate and destiny in mind. But this will only happen if you don't resist the changing. There is something about being really stubborn in this card too. So it's like releasing that energy of thinking you know everything and opening up your mind and your heart to new ideas and experiences. When you are in that energy, that is when fate and fortune takes a hand, and it's going to progress you forward. Do you want to close out this cycle? Are you ready to make a judgment on this person who wasn't the easiest one to deal with, right? For some of you, right? This might not be your story, but when that wheel spins, right, it's going to land on something good this time. And I'm gonna say, you were coming up as Queen of Cups in the past, but you weren't being matched with anything that even matched your energy. Yeah, like this card, if even that, someone who was cold and cutting, whereas Leo, you were feeling like more sensitive and in tune with your emotions. I'm just getting this was not a good pairing. There may have been third-party energy involved, right? You did have 3 of Pentacles. Your person could have been juggling multiple queens, multiple people, whatever. This could have been a same-sex relationship and it just didn't work out. It fizzled. What's coming in for you is somebody who matches your energy. The Queen of Cups, her pairing. The King of Cups is coming in with fortune and prosperity and the idea of legacy, long-term building, loyalty represented with the dogs, generational, right? Parents, kids, grandparents, a building of a happy family. That change of luck is coming in, but it has to do with recognizing your own truth and what you need to release and cut out in order to make room for this new abundance that's coming in. Cycles that need to be completed. Stand in your inner truth and know what you want, Leo, okay? All right, Leo, that's what I got for you. It's a little bit heavy, but it gets so optimistic when we move through it, so hang in there, all right? Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know what resonated for you in the comments below. Have a beautiful August. Happy birthday, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.